But talking about numbers, that's something that we're going to discuss with the management of JHS Svendgaard as well. Mr. Nanda is joining us to talk to us about that. Hi, Mr. Nanda. Good to be speaking with you. The stock came in the limelight because there was a bit of a large trade that happened there. 6 Cents India Opportunities, which is a very well-tracked fund, has actually sold their stake at around 27 rupees per share. What do you think could be the rationale behind that? Do you think the company is on a good growth trajectory? What's your take?
Well, what we've done is we've taken a step back and we are consolidating on our customer base, where we are going ahead with the customers where we have better gross margins as compared to just running after the sales numbers. We are focusing more on the bottom line and profitability. And that's where we are kind of consolidating and changing the whole product portfolio and the customer portfolio.
So when you're saying you're taking a step back with a clear focus on profitability, do you expect this to be a bit of a revenue decline or a revenue crunch in the coming year? And what would it mean for your margins? Because you're clearly focusing on margins. That should expand, right?
That's right. So if you see our results for the last 3 quarters, our margins have improved while our sales have gone down. And going forward, we are adding some new customers, which would also get us back on the growth trajectory of the revenue growth also, along with the margins.
So
and that also includes exports.
So is FY25 going to be a growth year? If yes, how much?
Well, we're looking at a good growth percentage of anywhere between 20% to 30% for the FY25 over the last year.
Okay, 20 to 30% growth over the last year. Mr. Nanda, this is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. Any plans of foray into new segments that you have as well? What would you be looking at in terms of soap bars, food categories? Any interesting thing that you're finding there, or gap that you could find that you would want to look at entering, and the opportunity that you have there is in terms of size as well?
Yes, so we've already operationalized a plant for making talcum powder. There are 2-3 new categories which we've identified, for which we are working for setting up a new plant in the fiscal zone of Jammu and Kashmir, the Union Territory of J&K, and that should be also coming up in next 2 to 3 years' time.
Right. Also, what about your exports as well? Let's just talk about that as well. Currently, the contribution is around 1.7% that comes in from exports. Right. How do you see that moving? How much would specific growth would be in the export market? Are you seeing increase traction from there, inquiries from that front?
Yes. So pre-COVID, export used to contribute close to 30% to our revenue. Post-COVID, because of various reasons known to all of us, the export went down substantially, and from last year itself, we've got the export back on track. The inquiries at least have started flowing in the same manner it was flowing in earlier. And that's what I mentioned just a few minutes back, that we are back on the growth trajectory, with exports being one of the focus areas.
Okay, so 25 to 30% growth is what you're envisaging, with a good amount of margin growth as well. On that note, Mr. Nanda, we let you go. Appreciate you making time and speaking with us today.
Thank you so much.
But on that note, actually, let's take a breather on the show as well. We'll come back with more market updates on the other side.